Hey everyone, I'm in the middle of getting ready right now for dinner, but I wanted to take a few minutes to just chat with all of you guys if you don't mind. And I'll be doing this as I get ready. So, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is a topic that I'm sure most of us have struggled with at least once in our lifetime, and that is mental health. A lot of my longtime followers know that this is a topic that is very near and dear to me. It's something that I have strived to bring awareness and support towards back home in the Philippines for quite a while now. And since mental health is still considered a pretty taboo topic in most Asian countries, as a society, we're still trying to understand what this means and how to navigate the intricacies of it. Moving back to America after 16 years of living in the Philippines, I definitely noticed some differences. And the one I would say that I appreciate the most about America is the level of awareness and sensitivity when it comes to mental well-being. As we all know, the US is amongst some of the most progressive countries when it comes to the support and study of mental well-being. However, as somebody who grew up for a majority of her life in a different country, I wondered if there was a more specialized understanding or support for people with unique cultural experiences like me. So I scoured the internet in search for studies on the mental health of the AA-NHPI community and was quite surprised to find the very little coverage and resources dedicated to our community, although I did find some interesting data. According to the CDC, from 2018 to 2022, suicide has been the leading cause of death amongst AA-NHPI youth ages 15 to 24. But despite that, this matter has been extremely overlooked. Historically, there has been very little research and investment put into the awareness of the mental well-being of our community, which is astounding considering that the AA-NHPI community makes up about 7% of the total population of the USA. Only 0.17% of the NIH funding from 1992 to 2018 has gone into the clinical research of AA-NHPI people. There definitely is a research and funding gap, to say the very least. But the good thing is, all of this can be addressed by bringing awareness and by creating infrastructure that supports AA-NHPI specific research. Thankfully for us, there are already organizations that have begun their research and are finding solutions for this matter. The Asian American Foundation recently conducted a national study called Beyond the Surface: Understanding Mental Health Amongst AA-NHPI Youth. According to their study, nearly 7 in 10 AA-NHPI youth have described their mental health or their emotional well-being as good or excellent, but 48%, nearly half the group, scored above the threshold for moderate depression, with 3 in 10 having actually planned or attempted suicide. Their findings were gathered from a nationally representative survey of 1,409 individuals aged 14 to 25, with a focus group of 29 individuals aged 14 to 18. The analysis: most AA-NHPI youth will say that their mental well-being is fine, but answers to more specific questions will reveal hidden struggles. A common stressor that we're seeing amongst AA-NHPI youth today is the pressure to succeed, with racial and ethnic experiences also playing a big role. It is common for AA-NHPI people to feel a strong sense of duty or familial obligation, which results in pressure to succeed academically and professionally. And while parents do want to help, they may face structural challenges related to immigration and acculturation into a society that has different attitudes towards mental health. Some of these cultural pressures may include the weight of pursuing the American dream, the model minority myth, and racism. Going back to the study, the Asian American Foundation found that 46% of the AA-NHPI youth reported that they were not comfortable talking to their parents when they were having a tough time emotionally or mentally, with Southeast Asians reporting the lowest level of comfort. As someone who grew up in the Philippines and in a very public way, I definitely understand what it's like to feel like you're burdening people with your problems and how scary the possibility of bringing shame to your family must feel. But as I've gotten older, I also grew to understand how important it is to show ourselves the same patience, and understanding we show others. And we do this by encouraging open conversation with young people about their experiences and their struggles so that we can contribute to their mental well-being rather than detract from it. Most AA and HPI youth rely on social media to learn about mental and emotional health. But the Asian American Foundation found that the young people also identified a variety of different activities that they think can help with their mental well-being. The top responses were talking to or hanging out with their friends, listening to music, watching movies or TV, playing video games, and sleeping. It's great to have external tools that can help you manage your mental well-being, but it's also important that you set up systems and that you communicate to the best of your ability with the people around you. To meet the youth where they are, we need to change the status quo of mental health. My takeaway from this study is that friends are a top choice when it comes to mental and emotional support. In fact, twice as many AA and HPI youth reported that they would rather turn to a friend than a significant other or a mental health professional when it comes to their mental health struggles. With the discovery of that, it only makes sense to invest more into peer and group-based forms of support. In fact, the youth have a variety of suggestions on how we can better support them. The top suggestions were mental health spaces where people can go to ease anxiety or stress, and a mental health app for young people. It is also important to invest in mental health training programs for parents and caregivers so that they are equipped to deal with the specificities of their child's mental health concerns. And most importantly, to create more opportunities for accessible and culturally responsive mental health professionals. Okay, wow, that was quite the chat. I'm finally done with my makeup. I'm actually running a little late now, so I have to go. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and for staying up to this point. I know there was a lot of information that I threw at you, and if you guys need more clarity or would like to see more data, I recommend that you guys check out the study for yourselves. I'll have the link in my caption below so that you guys can find it easily. They also have a variety of resources that you can check out for guidance and support on anything mental health related. Again, thank you so much for sitting through all of that and taking the time to educate yourself about such an important matter. If you or someone you know is contemplating suicide, please call or text 988 and get connected with a trusted provider, or visit American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.